Hi, everybody. It's Linda Morrison here from the AgelessBody Formula and Ageless Business. We continue on our terrific series here of the art of listening. Literally in the middle of the night in November last year, 2024, I decided that I wanted to do this interview series and really deep dive into for my own curiosity, but because I got a little bit despondent and disgruntled with a lot of the marketing out there where people are copying stuff and just putting out short form bits and bobs and all wanting attention, all attention, no listening, that the art of listening was really, really born. So I have delighted and I'm a little bit humbled in every single moment. I don't think there's been an interview go by where I haven't got a bit teary about my ability to be able to string these words together because I am no genius. But what I do try to do is take human beings forward. And I've been able to do that with an online business. Started 13 years ago online with gorgeous women, entrepreneurs, and really, really bright minds. So we'll extend this today with a beautiful, beautiful interview with Tayelor Kennedy from the US. So thank you for being here, Tayelor.
Are welcome. Thank you for so much for having me here.
You're
Appreciate it.
very, very welcome, very welcome. So please let people know who you are, what you do, and how you help people, how you ascend them, help people.
Okay, sure. So Taylor Kennedy, as you were told by Miss Linda, and I am an Ayurveda consultant. Actually, was a makeup artist in the entertainment industry for a long time. Of course, I started out as in the retail stores, behind the counters and everything, and end up meeting my mentor. Cher was her name, actually spelled Sher. And she kind of plucked me out of there and took me under her wing, and we started doing videos and television and working on newscasters and just, all kinds of um, celebrities and so forth, and just went from there. From there, I decided, you know what, this is great. I don't really like getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning because all makeup artists have to be on the set before the talent shows up. And depending on who your talent is and how large of a person they are, they may not come on time, and you may be sitting around for a while waiting for them to show up. And you've been sitting there since 2 in the morning, or whatever time they're supposed to be there at 5, but sometimes they don't show up till 9 or
Yeah.
noon. It
You're talking about
depends.
divas, you know.
Seriously. So, after a while, I thought, okay, I could probably manage my time just a little bit better than this,
Okay.
In between that, I did fashion styling. So in between, I was doing
Oh,
some either working personal styling one-on-one with people, mostly women who were executives or in the political arena. So
right,
helping them to get dressed and so on. But skincare and fitness were pretty much always my foundation.
right.
Learned that early on from my
So
mom.
that's really talking into people's confidence, obviously. And I know even working as a trainer at 5:30 in the morning as a personal trainer, way back when, I always
Hmm.
put my makeup on, even though it would wear off in about 30 minutes, like
20
gone.
minutes, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But still, I presented like had arrived. And
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
important to me. So
Hmm.
you're talking about next level stuff. I mean, yeah, I often obsess over what's my capsule wardrobe. I need to really like put it up to speed. And it's all about confidence, isn't it? Like,
Hmm. It is.
that really fascinates me on a whole other level because it's like you can take it out of your mind and it's done. Like that's just a
Hmm.
beautiful, yeah, beautiful, beautiful work actually. And a lot about transforming the person from their tracksuit pants. We call it your tracksuit pants, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Leggings,
Being,
tracksuit pants.
yeah, being
Ex-
ready for action.
Exactly. No, it's true. So it just went from there to, okay, let me start here. And so now I've come full circle, and I can do the whole thing and start from inside. But I started um, fitness and eating healthy and all of that was the foundation of all of that. I came from that in my home. My mom worked in the medical industry, so eating well was always part of the program as well as we could afford anyway at that time. And as
Yeah,
time got better, of course, we ate better and so on, but she always made sure it was healthy as best of her knowledge.
got it.
So I went from there, went to Christine Valmet, got my aesthetics certification, skincare, and make more makeup training. I'm self-taught makeup, first of all. Well, I learned that watching her in the mirror, pretty much, and practicing on her. She had a live model, and lots of cousins. So it was easy to practice. And
Got
then I
it.
went to school and did the real training. And so,
Yeah,
it just went from there, which was great, which was fun for me. Um, Being able to now teach somebody how to be um, confidence from in the core all
yeah,
the way out to their, the pantyhose that they're going to wear if they're choosing to wear pantyhose at that, with their outfit
yeah,
is
got
is
it.
is good. I can do the whole package for you. So I work with women, usually 35 and up,
Yeah,
mostly, who are looking to make a change or update what they currently have, thin out the makeup bag, clean out all the skincare, or just
love it.
start from scratch. Maybe they want to go into more organic, which is good because I do Ayurveda. That's where
Yeah,
I come from. So
yeah.
organic.
Yeah, so for those,
Mhm.
sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but for those that don't
It's
know
okay.
Ayurvedic, so me growing up in fitness and owning chiropractic offices, and we've worked with all sorts of
Wow.
whatever, and many of my best friends are hippie woo woo and all the things they call allowed to say that
Right.
they say it.
That's all right. I love all that woo
Oh
woo.
yeah, like we all need anything that helps you 5%, 10%, 20%, all
You
of
bet.
like, let's
You
bring
bet.
let's bring it 100, like definitely.
Yes.
Tell us your definition for the audiences of Ayurvedic. And to me, they would have heard this with Deepak Chopra. That was the first time when I
Hmm.
was 20 or younger that I would have heard
Hmm.
that word. Can you
Hmm.
give us um, a, a lovely, rounded out, modern version of what that, yeah, might mean now, or what it is. Yeah, what it
What
is
it is.
and what it might mean
What?
to the
Okay.
application now.
Sure. Well, it works with your personal constitution. It's individual. It's per person. We talk with you. We have you fill out a dosha quiz, which is what is your tendencies, what your lifestyle habits are. And then we take those and then we look at whether you're a Vata, Kapha, or a Pitta constitution, air, uh, water,
Wow.
fire, earth, ether. So we put all that in our little bag and shake it up and we we get the test back and we see, and most of us are two, right? Some of us are three, but tridosha is works for everyone. So if someone never took the test and they didn't want to take the test and they wanted to dive into Ayurveda, they can. Most If
Yeah.
you think about it, you know what your tendencies are, right? You kind of know
Yeah.
you know if
But
you're a hothead.
yeah.
You know if you gain weight quickly. You know if you are having trouble gaining weight. These kind of things, and certain things are visible, like you have problems with acne. So we probably already know that you have some gut issues, and we need to look at your diet, and we need to probably do a detox. And so
Got it.
and it's not this real, it's a lifestyle, and it's easy to implement. It's not difficult
Well, we
to
like
do.
easy. Yeah, we like easy, don't we? Yeah, as in
Hmm.
easier to adopt new, habits and encourage new habits. Because I think we all want
Hmm.
better, healthier, and
Yeah.
who doesn't want more energy, more love, more, more flow, more
Yeah,
joy, more the things. Thank you,
exactly.
thank you for actually saying that. And uh, what's really super, super interesting about that is that when my daughter, first child, was born,
Hmm.
we had infantile eczema. So she had eczema in her cheeks and all the rest of it. And as soon as
Sure.
we walked into the Chinese herbalist doctor, because I wasn't
Oh,
really
great.
up for, yeah, dad's a chiropractor and we didn't really,
Oh, wonderful.
we
Mm-hmm.
didn't poke or prod our kids and co-slept and lots of breastfeeding and, all the things. Is that we walked into this office and this Chinese doctor actually said, oh, too much fire here. So I'm a fire sign.
See.
My daughter
Uh-huh.
is a fire sign. She's all red, and I'm upset that she's got ruddy cheeks that look like this
Mm-hmm.
with her eczema and
Yeah,
things
poor
like that. And it
thing.
was all kind of it was too much
Right.
heat. But is that
Mm-hmm.
kind of what you're saying? Is that it was too much? He goes, oh, too much fire, and that's my girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's my girl.
Mm-hmm.
My first. So yeah, she was a lot of me
She's
as a
passionate, huh?
she knows her mind, and she's a Leo the lion, and
Oh,
all the things, and fire sign.
sure.
I'm an Aries, so
Mm-hmm.
it was all kind of
Oh,
too like we walked into the room and it was too much for him, which is really funny because we're all sort of,
yeah.
I'm like not that tall and very fair skinned, obviously, and like it was like, oh, too much fire in this room. Okay,
That's so
um,
funny.
yeah. So is that kind of the thing you're talking about? Because
Mm-hmm.
and her and I can go really, really fast and really, really high and really act hot, but then I kind of drop quick, and then I need a
Right.
real rest.
Mm-hmm.
As I get older,
That's
I
what happens.
need, right? Yeah. So is it about working with those sorts of things?
Yes, that's it. And so for you, we prescribe more cooling foods, things that are more soothing for you, things that will relax you and make you feel good and turn the heat down and maybe go ahead and take a rest and take a nice cool swim in the morning when you get up, after you meditate, or at least try to meditate, and meditation doesn't have to be, oh, I'm going to sit here for 20 minutes. No, no, no. You can walk and meditate with your eyes wide open, looking at everything, and just be to yourself with your ear pods on. You can be alert. You don't have to be sitting like I do. I've sit at my tendency, I'm a kapha vata, right? So that's me. And I love carbs, but they're not good for me because I gain weight quickly and not in the places that I'd want to gain them. Like I'd love to have fuller breasts, but I'm never going to get that. So unless I do some
Those
actual
fat
surgery,
cells, they're so
you
annoying.
know,
Fat cells, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it's that kind of thing for me. So I have to eat that way for me, soothing foods that are more protein based kind of, and keep it nice and lentils and things like that. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, that exact thing.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's more, I mean, it's a guide and a permission slip, literally to do what you're kind of needing to do as well in many
Mm-hmm.
ways. And I know over time I've had to, yeah, teach myself literally this morning because it's going to be very, very hot today. So I walked to the beach and you'll see it, anyone who's on my Facebook, straight down there. And I literally just took my shoes off, stood in the lapping waves, and that was my workout
Yeah.
today. And
Nice.
I've had to learn to slow things down at
Mm-hmm.
times because normally I'd go, well, I judge that workout. It's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do a
Right.
40 done, but that was the workout today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and that just felt um, right. So
Mm-hmm.
you're helping to guide people to what's right for them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I suppose some
To
people on the flip side need to be cranked up a bit as well.
Right. Some people don't
That's
have any fire. So we have to
right.
find where we can put it in. And, sometimes that's in the food, of course, could be in the workout. And, they have to work up to it. It's not something, okay, tomorrow you're going to do this. So you have to work into it to make sure you get comfortable and do the right exercises or eat the right foods and at the right times of day
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's all that all encompassed for you that and it's specifically for you, only you, not your husband, not your twin sister,
Yeah.
not any, it's only for you,
Yeah. Got it.
just Linda Morrison, nobody else.
Yeah.
Now somebody else obviously could have your same makeup, but they don't have your same mind set either.
Yeah.
So that's what really, plays a part in that. Your will, your mindset, are
Sure.
you going to do it? That whole thing. What's your environment like?
Got it.
What colors are in your house? Have you decluttered your space yet? We have to
Yeah.
work all that into the program. That's what we do. Make sure you get enough sleep so that you can handle these changes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, you've touched on something there, isn't it? It's like a foundation of sleep. And it's I, I think what I want to say is the thing that people talk most about is sleep and weather. Like over
Hmm.
the time that I've worked with people, it's sleep and weather because you don't function. Um, you experience weather every day, but you can't control.
Hmm.
And then
Right.
you don't function well unless the sleep is quite right, whatever that means. Because I've had incredible days where I've got 4 hours of fabulous sleep, and then I've had broken sleep
Hmm.
8 hours and it's been awful. So, or
Right.
full, 7 hours sleep, and then that day's just not quite been right. But suppose you're bringing all that together, and I guess the major thing is what you're telling me with these processes is that you are giving permission to actually have the person think about and track exactly what's going on for them um,
Hmm.
when they, initiate these changes and then supporting them through have
Exactly.
holding these changes because
Hmm.
no new habit is all that easy in the beginning,
Right.
but being held in that habit to see,
Hmm.
and then also every single person that I've worked with, and it's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands probably at this stage, but
Hmm.
is that they can't remember how bad they were when they came to you. Often
Right.
they've moved into a better place, but they forgot
Exactly.
that it was
Right.
really uncomfortable at one point before
Hmm.
they implemented the systems or
The new system,
allowed
sure.
themselves to have access to and then implement these habits. So um,
It's
where,
true. A lot of times, especially if it's a woman, she's raised a family, she's been married a long time. Now she's an empty nester. She forgot the single woman from before. And oh yeah, I used to take care of myself way better back then, or when they first got married and before they had the kids, they would take care of each other differently. Then the kids came and he got a little bit to the side and it was all about the kids. And then it stayed about the kids for 18 years. And then maybe another one came along in between. And so it was just, it was a while ago that they had to pick the baton up for themselves because they've been picking it up for their kids and their house and their husband or their significant other, whoever, their
yeah,
their mom might have gotten sick in there too while you were raising the kids, or your dad, or something happened,
all
and
the
you just
things.
keep
Yeah,
putting yourself on the back, and you're just doing enough to keep going so you can take care of everyone else but yourself.
yeah,
And then eventually you break down from that. You can't sustain that. You have to put yourself first at some point, and so I hold your hand through that. We get the systems in place, and then I hold your hand through that first 21 days, 30 days, whatever program you decide to go with, and we work on that, and then I kind of let go and let you remember, and you remember and take care of yourself now. And it's kind of that little thing that you have to do for the next woman to make sure that she can take care of herself.
yeah.
We forget.
We do, and thank you for saying that. It's
Mhm.
absolutely true. It's there's a thing in here in Australia. I'm not sure if you've got it there. It's like the squeaky wheel gets oiled, and women,
Yes.
yeah, okay,
Hmm.
cool. So women are very good at responding to the squeaky wheel. So
Exactly.
yeah, the loudest problem, the thing that needs to be taken care of, um, you know, who needs to complain at me today? They're not complaining at me, but they need to complain.
Right.
All of this.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's
That's
sort of
true.
that you become, yeah, many, many, many women, and
Hmm.
most, I could almost say, become the soft place to land for people, and they do
Hmm.
forget their own itches and scratches, which actually then become real pain at certain times.
Hmm.
And I think I've said throughout this whole art of listening, because the art of listening is not just us, speaking in this room at the moment. It's
Sure.
really about, yeah, listening to your body, listening to your
Hmm.
thoughts that are actually flooding through, and some of them shouldn't get to stay. They should be
No.
goodbye.
That's right. You're right. Keep it moving. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. What are you doing here?
Mm.
Um,
Right.
and all those things. But But when women are on their feet in the day, they tend to not only, take on those around them they can actually see, they tend
Mm-hmm.
to actually take on all sorts of beautiful, beautiful, amazing jobs. Really important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that any
Mm-hmm.
not important, um, but their voice and their um, knowing about how to look out and look after themselves, or even having space, because it's not always time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had more time, I'm like, no, maybe you just need space, because a good
Right.
minutes is a lot when you are
Yeah.
a mum of three, or even not, like even if you've got jobs
Mm-hmm.
and a awful boss or a this or a that. But space to hear yourself
Right.
is
Mm-hmm.
quite incredible.
It's
Um,
important.
mm, Fundamental, actually. Yeah, yeah, incredible.
Totally
Yeah,
fundamental.
yeah, fundamental. It is my belief, and then all my ageless body was actually built on um, that good women make good communities. And
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't matter if you're mum and nana, not if you're the favorite auntie, if you've got fur babies or whatever they puppies or
Yep.
whatever it
Fur
is.
babies. That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But good women make good communities, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm all for that. Men also need to look after themselves, but can you first of all let us know what this might be a little bit deeper dive into you, is that if you had have stayed as, which I think is a great vocation, as just someone who styled someone from, their
Mm-hmm.
makeup right through, where you
Sure.
think you might be compared to the enrichment of this part of your career. And then, of course, below in the show notes, we'll have your link to get in touch
Mm-hmm.
with as well.
Well, thank you. I probably would be a life coach person, I mean, I'm a different type of life coach. I guess I'm a Ayurvedic consultant. I still help people with their lives, but not the way I think a life coach is a little bit different than me. Than do more with the physical body.
Yeah.
They're more in the mindset and everything. I probably will be that. When I worked for when I was a makeup artist just in the store in retail, um, and at the counter, I had a lot of long lines because I would talk to the women. I wouldn't just try to sell them the eyeliner or the mascara or the skincare or whatever. I want to know, where are you going with this makeup? Are you going to work? Are you, when you get up in the morning, are
Yeah.
you
What
doing the
do
whole
you want it
routine? Are
for?
you just, what do
Yeah.
you want it for? What
Yeah.
are you doing it for
Yeah.
yourself? Who are you putting this makeup on for? And and
Yeah.
don't just buy black. Green eyeliner is great. I love navy blue and I love,
Yeah.
and it was a shock. And I started to learn all these secrets about women. It was, they say the bartenders and the hairstylists get all the secrets. No, makeup artists get them too. Makeup artists get them too. And I started learning more and more. And I probably would be, that, or I might have gone back to school to become
Yeah.
a psychologist or something like this.
Yeah,
There's,
yeah, beautifully said. Oh, it's
mm,
makeup is so much. It is so
it
much. It's
really
quite
is.
incredible. I've got to say that someone such as yourself in our department stores in Melbourne, in Australia,
Hmm.
so David Jones and Maya, and I was there getting my, kind of makeup done, and the makeup artist actually said to me, "I think you should wear more green eyeliner and even more green clothing." And I've said, "Oh,
Clothes. Hmm.
yeah." And she goes, "Your eyes are green." I'm like, "Oh."
Hmm.
My mother told me
Yeah.
they were blue. And she goes, they're definitely green. They're
Hmm.
green blue, but they're green.
But they change. I was gonna say they probably change.
Probably, yeah, probably, which is
Exactly.
hilarious because my sister and my mum have green eyes, but
Hmm.
I'd always filled out forms, blue eyes. Right?
Hmm.
Now I'm
That's
lying.
okay.
Yeah,
No,
like now I'm lying.
no.
But the point was, it was like, isn't this interesting? Like this whole exchange. And then I went to
Hmm.
said to my mum, hey, she's only got two kids. I said, hey, mum,
Right, right.
like my eyes are green, the lady said, and we looked at them and there actually were. And
Yeah.
goes, yeah, but they're not as green as mine. I'm like, well, there you go. Yeah,
There
they're
you
all
go. You
like these
see?
little melting pots of water.
Exactly.
But it was
And
really,
maybe when you came into the world, they were that. bluer
Yeah,
color, for a time in your life, maybe the first year or two, and that's what happened. So,
100%.
someone so that's cool. Someone said a gentleman actually said to me, I was actually buying an ice cream cone one day, and he said to me, he goes, "What color are your eyes?" And I went, "They're brown." He goes, "No, they're not." And I went, "What?" That's what I know, So similar situation is
Yeah,
somebody else sees us and they see the part of us that we didn't see that day. The other part of us, the little secret part of us that showed up for whatever the reason. It's it's great that we have those different people, those parts of us that people, I mean, a total stranger saw that on you. She didn't know you, right? She wasn't a girlfriend. And did you see how, because when we stay in the same circle all the time with the same people, they just see the same Linda Morrison all the time,
and
right?
they need to because that fits
Mm-hmm.
their, yeah.
Fits their
So
little
it-
bucket. Because the minute Linda changes her eye color to green, or maybe they're purple this week, I don't know, uh-oh, who's that? I don't know how to deal with this one, and that happens with Ayurveda. And you know this from being a personal trainer. When you are helping someone and they actually get it and they start running with that new found confidence and personality, and the body starts to show up, that we were not going for just the body, but it's all of a sudden, oh yeah, look at this. I got these thighs. I got this, booty. I got this. And now the best friends and the so on and the other people at work, they don't know, who is this person? I don't know this person. They
yeah,
want to keep you over there. But so that's also something we talk about, how you have to, um, because now you have new attitudes coming towards the new you,
yeah.
you know?
And you're fundamentally, you're not different. It was always there. It's just really that
Exactly.
feeling, isn't it? It's like I knew I could access this, but I didn't know how. I didn't know,
Exactly.
yeah, what language, what formula, what method, whatever to actually get me to where I need to go. And I know um, that the tired place of me goes, oh, really? I need to reinvent myself again? Well, yeah, you do. Like,
Hmm.
yes, you do.
Yeah,
And you are doing it all the
exactly.
time, all the
All the
time.
time.
Yeah. So
Yes. Hmm.
it's not a scary world. It's just that your capacity or your ability to be able to expand is probably the really the scary thing in the room, that you're infinite. And but accessing these terrific things that you've got available there, Taylor, and all the people that we've got to speak to on the art of listening is really, really about that. And also it's
Hmm.
sustainable and it's also infinite. So you'll get to your goal and then you'll have a new goal. And then
Exactly.
yeah, and
And
that's
that's what keeps you alive. And that's what keeps you fresh and wanning to get up in the morning.
and
Oh,
attractive to others. It's not your list
exactly.
necessarily. Like this is the whole,
Hmm.
yeah, this is the
Right.
whole thing. And yeah, I've been accused of being vain, with my body, with whatever over time, but actually that keeps me engaged more
Hmm.
than anything else.
More than anything. Right. They
Yes.
can't stay
So
away from you. They call you vain, but they're like, I want some. How can I get closer?
well said. Yeah, exactly. Well said. Yeah, yeah. Like, give me a bit of that. What is that?
Right. Right.
And
Let me rub up on that for a second. Let me see about that. Let me touch that. Can I get inside? I'm sure. Let
yeah,
me show you how. It's real
yeah,
simple. It's pretty easy if you just say yes. Just give yourself the permission to say, yes, I want to have some of that.
yeah,
Just tell me. Don't be mean about it. Just tell me. Just, don't shy away from me because I became the person I always was. Now and here's the thing. Your people know it's in there. They see it before you do.
yeah, 100%. Well said. And I'll give one analogy to help others as well with that, which is a
Hmm.
story about my mum. I grew up with a mum who was very disabled with rheumatoid arthritis. So she'd had
Oh,
4 hip replacements and lots of hand operations. Her hands were
ooh,
quite deformed and all the rest of it.
sure.
So me and my sister were her little go-getters. We did lots around the house, and me
Sure.
especially. But if anyone came to the front door, as they did in those days, knock, knock,
Hmm.
that's how
Right.
you find people.
No
Uh,
texting you to see if you're home.
yeah, yeah. So they came to the front door. She would go, "Don't open the door until I put my lipstick on." And she would literally go and put her lipstick on. She'd have one there
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen cupboard. She'd pull it out, put her
Yep.
Avon lipstick on, and that was
Oh,
everything else.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And she'd go to the front door and then she wouldn't let us open the door, apart from the fact that she probably didn't want little girls opening the door. But who,
Sure.
but it
Right.
was all about this presentation. I thought this is
Mm-hmm.
really interesting. She can barely walk half the time, doesn't know who's there because someone had arrived. But that was her presentation. It was her
Yeah.
armor, so she
Mm-hmm.
was ready.
Exactly. Yep.
And I thought that that was really interesting because she's not considered vain in any
Mm-hmm.
real way, but she still has her thing, and that's
Yes.
absolutely important. So, 25 is going to be my year, just to let you know, Taylor, of looking after myself again on a new level. And I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
what it is. It just means I'm kind of moving into the new age decade as well. So it's like, how's this even going to look? Because it looked like that when I was, 40, that when I was 30, that.
Sure.
So how's this one going to look? And it really is actually pulling into a lot more energy stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. I love it. And
So,
this is the year for that. 25 is the year for building a new foundation because, Uranus is moving into Aquarius and you know how
I,
that's going to go.
I,
Whatever you thought before is
oh,
no more. It's all done now. Uranus is going to break all that down, and
I,
Uranus is going to break all that down, and you're going to have to change it because the old ways and the old world is all gone, not
ah.
coming back to you. So if you keep trying the old thing from last year or 2 years ago, it's not going to work. You're just going to be treading water. You're going to get real tired. So let's just catch up, make the changes slowly. Nobody said you had to jump in and do it fast. You have
Well,
all year.
hence, yeah, why I've just like birthed all this whole art of listening, which will become a book as well. So we've
Oh,
produced
great.
a book
Congratulations.
and compilation books. But yeah, I'll be in touch with all of that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also had to, after today, put our interviews on ice, but I'll be revisiting for those who would like to be interviewed on the next series as well, because I
That's
feel
wonderful.
it's important in so many ways. And the other thing about, being English speaking, an English speaking woman of this age is that I
Mm-hmm.
say things in different ways, but we still kind of end up meaning the same thing in many, many ways. So
Mm-hmm.
you in the States,
Agreed.
my UK people, my German people who are English speakers also, even New Zealanders, we all kind of,
Yeah.
like, they
That's
always think better
great.
than jokes, but yeah. I will leave you right now, and thank you so much
Mm-hmm.
for being on the Art of Listening, Taylor.
Thank you so much for having me. You were very delightful to speak with. I enjoyed myself a lot.
Thank you. Bye.